Welcome back, true believers and spectacular Spidey fans, to another milestone of a video that you have all helped me reach. We have now reached officially over 1,500 subscribers. I would be nothing without any of you. You all mean the entire world to me. The Spidey Squad means the entire world to me, and I honestly would not be here without any of you guys, which is why I wanted to take time in this video to apologize for just, I guess, my channel overall, with not even doing any edits, without even actually putting the footage of the discussing topic that I am talking about currently on the screen for you to watch, without actual proper commentary, with proper equipment that I have just received, and yet have had no time to actually acquire to use, because if you saw that previous video where I said I might be taking a break from YouTube, basically, my mom just had a surgery, and my grandmother is actually recovering now from breast cancer. We thought it was terminal. She's actually doing much better. The tumor is actually decreasing, and she's doing a lot better now, and we're actually very, very happy about that. My mom is recovering quicker and much more easily, and she's doing a lot of great physical therapy, and she's doing an excellent job. Now, basically, though, all that aside, I should have no excuse for not even doing proper content for you guys, whether that's just these videos, Spider-Man PS4, Spider-Man Homecoming, just anything, really, and especially with Radioactive Replay. It's coming, I promise. I'm actually going to show you something at the end of this video, but I got the equipment at probably the worst time possible with all these family matters that are going on, with all these personal matters that I have to deal with, and I am truly, truly sorry that I haven't been there for you guys. But I'm going to change that pronto. Since my grandmother and mother are both doing much better, I will have more time in my free time to actually start doing Radioactive Replay and more proper videos with editing using Sony Vegas and all that proper stuff. And again, thank you to the Spidey Squad. I would be nothing with you guys. You all mean the world to me. All the support that you give me, I'm just some normal guy just talking about a character that we all just love, Spider-Man. Thank you, I guess, Marvel and Stan Lee, the man. We would be nothing without him, and Marvel just doing amazing things. And again, Insomniac Games, without you, I wouldn't even be making YouTube videos. So thank you. And just everyone watching, thank you. Now, to get into the nitty-gritty of this video, in the past I've done top 5 Spider-Man movies, top 5 Spider-Man cartoons. Now I'm going to be doing top 5 Marvel Cinematic Universe movies that, in general, people have seemed to want me to discuss about my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe installments within that universe of awesome movies with great, compelling, amazing, action-packed stories and dramatic tales to tell within those films are such amazing experiences to witness. And while my list may seem a bit surprising, trust me, it will hopefully make sense when I explain it. So, number 5, starting off, is the one that started it all, is the first Iron Man movie with Robert Downey Jr. in 2008. That was when Marvel upped their game. Back then, in 2008, Spider-Man 3 just came out in 2007. After that franchise ended, we were waiting for something new from Marvel, maybe Spider-Man 4 with Sam Raimi. That didn't happen. And then Marvel decided to make their own movie with Iron Man, character at the time who was a B-list, C-list, actually, character from Marvel that no one really even cared about or respected, because mainly people wanted to just see Spider-Man, because Spider-Man was the poster boy back then for Marvel. Then, when they casted Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and even Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts, and Jon Favreau as his assistant/bodyguard, Happy Hogan, great, great story. Even Terrence Howard as Rhodey was a great choice. Jeff Bridges as Obadiah Stane, I think, is the best Marvel Cinematic Universe villain to date. That was so great how he portrayed that villain, and he did a great job as that character, and it was amazing. Number 4 is actually Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, I do love the Avengers in general as the characters, and also the Avengers movies, and specifically the Avengers movie in 2012. It was a great movie introducing all the Avengers and seeing Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye team together for the first time with that shot where they're circling around each other. So iconic. But something about Age of Ultron, because the villain Loki was a really fun villain, and especially hinting towards Thanos in the first Avengers movie, but Ultron, James Spader as Ultron is one of the most perfect choices for at least voicing a character I've ever heard. The tone he brought to that character in that movie while trying to fight off hordes of mini Ultrons and also bringing Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver into the mix with Vision was great. I love Captain America's new suit. I think that is my favorite suit for Captain America, either that one or the one from Captain America Civil War, because of how he had the magnetized vibranium shield gauntlets and stuff like that. It was awesome. All the action scenes. I do like the relationship between Hulk and Black Widow. I feel like I'm one of the few who does like that. I actually do really like it. Number 3 is actually Thor: The Dark World. Again, my list seems very strange, but Thor 1 was also a really great installment for Thor, introducing Asgard and Loki and Thor and Odin and all these mythological characters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Also getting introduced to Jane Foster and all of her science teammates was awesome. But Thor: The Dark World, I think that action scene where Thor and Malekith are fighting in London, I think that's where it was, and they were just teleporting from place to place. Amazing. I love that. And sadly, when Thor's mom died, so sad, really upsetting. And then the whole twist with Loki taking Odin's place, and Odin's somewhere. We're going to find out in Ragnarok what's going to happen there, but it's crazy. And I really did like the chemistry between Thor and Jane Foster, and also Sif and the Warriors 3. I think they did a great job. Awesome, awesome movie. Number 2 is really hard for me to kind of pick because of how I would obviously say number 2 or number 1 would be Spider-Man Homecoming, but it's not out yet, but it's still going to be a really awesome movie. But number 2 is actually Captain America Civil War. You would be surprised it's not number 1 because Spider-Man's in it, right? But actually, just building up from 2008 to 2016, 8 years of Marvel history in films, seeing these characters come together, and seeing how their feuds with each other make sense with 8 years of cinematic history with these characters that we've been building up for ages. And it's really awesome seeing that play out, especially having Spider-Man join the mix, seeing as Tony is Peter's mentor, and Captain America standing on the side of kind of freedom, of civil rights, and Iron Man siding with the government, saying, no, you can't step outside these boundaries. Seeing their conflict inside, emotional, and just metaphorical, is really awesome. Now, some honorable mentions, of course, I cannot even mention this enough. I love Captain America the Winter Soldier. That movie is hands down one of the greatest action films of all time. The only reason why it's not on my list is because there's so many awesome moments in all the Captain America movies, Captain America the First Avenger, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. It's just that I thought I had to pick Civil War because of how, even though it did feel like Avengers 2.5, 2.5, it really did focus on Captain America as the sole main character of that movie. And it paid off great in the end. And also, another honorable mention also would be Iron Man 2. A lot of people didn't like that, but that whole scene with that movie where War Machine and Iron Man team up to take out Whiplash and the Hammer drones, that made that movie awesome. As well as the first Thor, first Captain America, and also just all these Marvel Cinematic Universe movies are amazing. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy is also a great one. I do love it. It's just really fun, but it's not my top 5. I do love the Guardians. I thought that movie was great, but it's not my top 5. Number 1, this might shock a lot of people, is Ant-Man. I know that may seem crazy, but Scott Lang, especially with Paul Rudd as Scott Lang, and Michael Douglas as Hank Pym, especially with Evangeline Lilly as Hope Van Dyne, and especially Corey Stoll as Yellow Jacket. I think that's his name. But wow, the cast was amazing. The action with him shrinking, and also Yellow Jacket was really a really good villain, especially with Michael Pena as I forget what his friend's name is, but that whole scene is just amazing with how funny he is, and also with, I can connect to this with Paul Rudd trying to be a dad for his daughter and trying to be better and be the hero that they want the children to see him as what he wants his daughter to see him as, the hero that he can be, from that whole speech in the first trailer, especially with my dad being busy all the time and stuff like that. I totally connect with this plot, and I love this movie. The story elements with Hope and Scott are just fantastic, and Michael Douglas as the mentor of Hank Pym to Scott Lang, and him training with all the ants, I loved it. Doctor Strange is also a really great movie, but Ant-Man is my favorite. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Stay spectacular, Spidey fans. Peace out.